Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for coming to our video presentation. Let me introduce myself and my team's member. I am Yuni Nur Setiana and my team's member are Aisyah Nur Suha, Hasna Rahmawati, Rosa Nirmala, Shafa Zahra, and Aatikah Dyah Utami. In this video presentation, we would like to present our analyzing of young learners based on a video entitled How to Teach Children Like and Fun. In this video presentation, for the first is the unique things, and then the second is the problematic, and the third is the interesting, and the last is debatable.
The first is children learn from QX experience. Children learn from what they feel by using their senses and from what they experience firsthand. In this principle, the teacher can invite students to discuss their favorite activities in the rainy season. And then the second is children learn from hands-on physical activities. From this principle, the teacher can ask students to make posters in English. The third is children's thinking is embedded in her and now context of situation. For example, is the teacher can invite students to identify the colors in the environment around them. And then the fourth is children learn from whole to part holistically using scripts. The last is children have attention spans. For this, the teacher must use several different techniques so that students don't get bored.
Example of unique learning in video and materials. The first, teacher provides enthusiasm for learning. The second, invites students to sing together at the start of lesson. The third, using interesting learning media. The last one, the teacher plays with the children using the Paisika. And the next slide. Pillar 2. Accomplished teacher of English should know how children learn. Accomplished teachers of English should know how children learn the works of Brunner, 1996, and later works of Pigalle, 1975, have provided very useful insight into how children learn. More specifically, Brunner, 1996, proposed a hierarchy of children learning modes. An active, which means relying of physical activity, iconic, which represent residual mental images resulting from the contact with material entities, and symbolic, which comes later by way of symbolic means such as language.
Problematic. When the teacher began to explain, the teacher is a little worried in listening is the material, so the focus is divided. Second, children crowded in class while playing games. Third, children scramble of answers so that the class is so crowded and unconditioned during the question and answer section. Pillar second. Accomplished teacher of English could know how children know. The work of Brunner 1996 and later that of Pigalle 1975 have provided very useful insight into how children learn. More especially, Brunner 1996 proposed a hierarchy of children's learning. Model inactive, which means relying mental image resulting from contact with material entities, and symbolic, which comes later through symbolic means I like language.
To accomplish teachers of English should know how children learn. The work of Brunner, 1996, and later that of Pigalle, 1975, have provided very useful insights into how children learn. More specifically, Brunner, 1996, proposed a hierarchy of children's learning modes, and active, which means relying on physical
activity, iconic, which represent residual mental image resulting from contact with material entities, and symbolic, which comes later through symbolic means like language. Okay, for example of interesting learning in video and materials is the first is when the teacher explains, the children are very enthusiastic to listen. And the second is children obey their teacher. For the next page will be explained by my friends.
Of develop learning in video and materials. After the teacher explains, the teacher asks the children so that the children express their opinions. The children scramble to answer. Pillar 3 accomplished. The teachers of English should know how children learn a language. Smith, Ken Goodman, and Gordon Wells Mustafa 2001 proposes three dimensions of learning a language: exposure to the language, where learners get exposed to language in use, which can serve as example to learn from; engagement, where learners get opportunities to use the language for communicative purposes; and consistent support, where the learners see for themselves that learning the language is useful and the language they learn is socially recognized as prestigious. These three dimensions should be there if the learning of a language is to be effective as expected. Thank you for watching this video till the end. May all those we have shared be beneficial for all of us.